What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 71, and we start today's episode off with the news that Junior Stanislas has been injured. He's going to be out for 3 weeks, and that absolutely sucks. So we come towards the end of the season. Stanislas is going to miss some games, and we also saw that Nyland is grateful that we've been giving him some game time since he's came back from his loan spell, and we decided to offer him a new contract as well. He's already got a couple of years left, or at least 1 year left in his contract, but he's perfectly happy staying on £8 a week, and he's perfectly happy being known as a sporadic first team player. So we decided to offer him a new contract, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, he's a decent backup goalkeeper, so we'll keep him with us. He's been with us since like episode 3 or episode 4 or something, so it's nice to keep the old players with us, and yeah, Nyla can stay, and we offer him a contract there. But yeah, today, guys, the first game of today's episode is against Bayer Leverkusen, of course. This is, of course, the second leg of the Europa League semi-final. And the first leg in Germany finished 1 goal each. So the winners of this would face Arsenal, who beat Marseille as well. So this game was going to be very difficult for us. And to be honest, you know, we did have that away goal, so we were going to be the favourites to go through, really. But Leverkusen still do have a very, very decent side, and it was going to be really tough for us as well as we look to get into our first Europa League final in this career mode series. And the first chance came to us in the 10th minute. We play out from the back as per usual. Danny Ings gets onto the ball here and plays it through to Liam Trotter. Trotter finds Carrasco. Carrasco rolls it through to Ings. Back to Carrasco. Real nice passing. Carrasco crosses the ball in towards Michael Ngu. It goes up in the air. Ings' bicycle kick is well saved by Leno. And unfortunately, Leverkusen do manage to get the ball away straight after that. So still 0-0, but some good early signs for us. And in the 34th minute here, McCarthy gets on the ball and plays it out wide to Jack Robinson. Robinson rolls it through to Kelvin. Kelvin plays a 1-2 with Michael Ngu. Kelvin goes down the left-hand side, beats Donati with the pace, keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going, crosses the ball in, and Gu's header is well saved by Lennon. That was a free header there, probably should have done a bit better, but still 0-0. But in the 37th minute here, Carrasco plays the ball all the way back to Alex McCarthy, and again we play out from the back as McCarthy tries to play the ball through, and we almost gave the ball away there, but thankfully I was perfectly calm and perfectly in control of the situation, obviously. And the ball comes to Liam Trotter, who finds Catamol. Catamol finds Danny Ings, goes down the right hand side here, real good chance for Ings, keeps on going, eventually step overs inside top rack, puts him on the floor, goes through one-on-one, fakes just round the defender and shoots, but unfortunately the defender on the 6-yard box gets the block in, and that ball would have gone into the empty net had he not been there, but it was still 0-0. But from that we played the ball out wide to Michael Ngu, and Ngu crossed the ball in first time towards Kelvin, and his header is well saved by Leno. So still 0-0. But some good signs in this game. We were really on top of Leverkusen, just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And in injury time in the first half, Carrasco beats Toprak, goes down the right hand side, crosses the ball in towards Ngu, but Leno makes an absolutely superb save there to deny Michael Ngu. That looked like a certain goal. Brilliant ball, brilliant connection from Ngu, but unfortunately the goalkeeper made a really, really good reaction save. And it was still 0-0 as the players went down the tunnel for the half-time team talks, and it was our game to lose, really. We were in control at this stage. Now, we had the away goal, so as things still we were going through, and Leverkusen had rarely threatened in the first half, so we came into the dressing rooms knowing that another 45 minutes to that display and we will be booking our place into the Europa League final. And not much happened in the 77th minute until McCarthy got on the ball, our goalkeeper here, plays the ball through to Liam Trotter. Trotter then plays it back to Mark Beavers, and of course we play out from the back as per usual. Beavers passed the ball to Jack Robinson. Robinson goes down the left hand side here, spots the run of Kelvin, picks him out. The Brazilian takes on Sidney Sam, then beats him with a double step over, then the roulette, gets past his man, crosses the ball in, and Ings heads the ball past Leno. So what a superb team goal that was, capped off with a great header by who else but Danny Ings after a wonderful piece of skill by Kelvin down the left hand side. And that goal was just wonderful, it really was. Ings with the goal after a lovely piece of skill by Kelvin and some nice team passing. And it was also the last goal of the tie, because we did go through 2-1 on aggregate with a 1-0 result here at the Den. And yeah, we are through to the Europa League final. So a really good result. We were so dominant in that game. Leverkusen barely threatened. And we are indeed through to the Europa League final after winning 2-1 on aggregate. And of course, we will be taking on Arsenal, as I said there. I kind of spoiled it before the game. Sorry about that. But yeah, Arsenal were going to go for anyway. Marseille lost both games in that other semi-final. So we'll take on Arsenal in the Europa League final, and we've already beaten them in the Capital One Cup final, so now we take them on the Europa League final, and yeah, hopefully we can use that previous result as motivation for us to do even better, and hopefully we can make it 2 out of 2 against Arsenal, who knows. But anyway, Kelvin picked up an injury in that game as well. He pulled his calf, so all of my players are dropping like flies at the moment come the end of the season. But even so, we do have the following game against Watford here, and as I said, at the moment we're just resting all the players in the league. It does not bother me. There is a slim chance we could finish in the top 4, but the chance is very slim, you know, very, very slim. So with that in mind, we are resting all the players, and we're just giving the young players some game time, the fringe players such as Todd Kane, Scott Malone, Camiliano, players like that, just some game time, just for them to improve some attributes and you know, play some games and improve their morale as well in the absence of the regular players that are saved for the Europa League games. And of course we do take on Watford for this game. Watford were actually the first side to beat us this year in the league, so with that in mind I was looking for revenge, and in the 39th minute we got a free kick here after Jury was taken out by Anya. That was an awful challenge by the Scottish international. I honestly thought that should have been a red card for the high foot, but even so, it was a free kick in a very dangerous position. Scott Malone stood over the ball here, and I decided to drill it to the far post with the power shot. He finds Dongu, and it's an absolutely superb goal as well. It's a great header by Dongu after a fantastic free kick by Scott Malone, and that makes it Millwall 1, Watford 0, 5 minutes before the break. So great header by Dongu, and the free kick by Malone was awesome. I used the L1 and circle, the driven shot, the power shot, whatever you call it. He found Dongu at the far post, and that was a wonderful goal. So Millwall 1, Watford 0, as I said, we were looking for revenge in this game, as Watford were the first side to beat us in the league this year. But that was it for the first half, and in the second half not too much happened until the 70th minute when Dongu intercepted his man here. Real good chance on the break. The Watford defender stayed down after Dongu's challenge, but he didn't care. He wanted the second goal, and he almost got it, but his shot went wide of the post. So 1-0 was the final score. A very, 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 very uninteresting game, unfortunately. Only 2 real chances. Of course, one of them was taken by Dongu, the other one was missed by the same player, but even so, I was glad to get the 3 points. As I've said, I'm not really that interested, but you know, this game was probably going to be the last one on match of the day for the night. You know, with only a 1-0 result with barely any action, or so I thought. Every single game on the weekend finished 0-0. That is absolutely ridiculous. Match of the day must have been over in 10 minutes. That was absolutely ridiculous to see that. But there you go. I guess it could happen, couldn't it, EA? But there you go. Straight after that, we had a scout report here from our Irish scout based in England. We signed this guy called Charlie Tyson, who looks pretty decent, after we adjusted the budget to cater for his signing on fee and wages. And I think we also signed one more player in this scouting update as well, or maybe we didn't, I'm not sure. Actually, no, I don't think we did. So, yeah, we'll continue the scouting on the rest of the players, and we'll wait and see how they look after another month's worth of scouting. And, of course, that was the rest of it for the monthly scouting update. And then we had a contract offer accepted by Nyland, so he's going to be staying for the club for another 2 years, which is great news for us, because he was, of course, one of our first signings in this series. And also, we have a Youth Squad monthly report as we now enter May. So, yeah, some players in there look pretty decent. John Joe Anderson, the Scout Future Star goalkeeper, looks very good. And Scott Triggs as well, but the first 3 look relatively poor, so they'll probably get released come the start of next season, but for the time being they can just sit in the academy, just in case they do prove me wrong and decide to grow some good ratings. And straight after that we had a squad report as well. Check out the final squad report before the end of the season. Sorry, no, the penultimate squad report for the end of the season. We'll have one more left after the season is finished, and we see how the players are doing. And of course, you know, as I said before, we can't really judge the squad right now on the squad report because we've got loads of players joining us next year on pre-contracts. We can't really decide what we need to do next year in terms of transfer business, but it's still nice to look at the squad report every month and see how the players are developing. And of course, see how players like Gutierrez and Carrasco and Ings and Gould and young players with a lot of potential are doing. So we take a look at the squad report. And yeah, they look quite good. So it's a good squad as well. Like, this squad is definitely capable of staying in Europe for a while, especially with all the signings next year. So it's looking quite decent at the moment. And yeah, 5 games to go. We're in 7th place. We are 6 points behind Liverpool in 4th, and we do take on Liverpool in our next game. So yeah, there is definitely a reason, you know, for a case as to why we could finish in the top 4. You know, we're doing well. We're doing really well. We're in really good form. I haven't lost a game in a long time now. but I still don't believe it's going to happen. But with that being said, we're certainly not going to sit there and say, oh well, you know, we'll be happy with what we got, because although we would be happy, we would still love to finish in the top 4. That would be an amazing achievement. So we do take on Liverpool, and we come to Anfield here looking for the win. I think if we lose this game, then our top 4 aspirations are out the window basically. But if we can win this game, then there is no reason whatsoever why we couldn't leapfrog Newcastle, Arsenal and Liverpool, or possibly United, into that top 4 place. But yeah, we do take on Liverpool, and Brendan Rodgers' side, of course, without Suarez now, but they've still got some good players in there. So it is going to be a very difficult game for us. The first chance came in the 21st minute here, and it started from the back, of course, as per usual, as so many Millwall attacks do. McCarthy rolls the ball out to Jack Robinson here, and Robinson plays a crossfield ball towards Brian Carrasco, gives the ball to Eden Nilsson. Eden Nilsson with a first time pass to Michael and Gu, then back to Eden Nilsson. Real good chance for us. He plays the ball through to Danny Ings, but Mignolet makes a great save, and Gu's follow-up shot, however, is carried over the line by the Portuguese centre-half, whose name I cannot pronounce. It's something like Ilari or something like that. And it's 1-0 to us. The ball just about crossed the line, and with the first real attack of the game, Mignolet is beaten, and we go 1-0 up at Anfield. So as I said, we needed to win this game to have any chance for us qualifying for the top 4, and we were. It's an own goal by the Portuguese defender, and it's 1-0 to us. And in the 53rd minute, a good chance for Liverpool to hit back here. Coutinho finds Jordan Henderson, who crosses the ball in towards Raheem Sterling, but McCarthy makes a great save, and the ball comes to Coutinho, and his shot is blocked, and we get the ball away. So still 1-0 here, but a great chance for Liverpool. Sterling there. Sterling's onto the ball again here in the 62nd minute, goes down left hand side, beats Eden Nilsson for pace, crosses the ball in towards Andre Wisdom. He heads the ball across the face to goal, and Christian Benteke, the former Aston Villa striker, makes it Liverpool 1, Millwall 1. So just past the hour mark, Liverpool get themselves back on level terms, and it was 1-1 here. And in the 70th minute, Liverpool are onto the ball again. Coutinho plays the ball over the top towards Wisdom. Lovely first touch, and his half volley just goes wide of the post. So Liverpool almost get themselves in front in this game for the first time, but it was still 1-1. And in injury time here, the last chance fell to Liverpool. Coutinho got onto the ball, rolled it through to Iago Aspas. Real good chance here for Aspas, but he puts the ball wide, and the game does finish Liverpool 1, Millwall 1. So a point is the result. It's a 1-1 draw, and again, I'm relatively happy with it. We had to win. I didn't fancy our chances, but I'm just glad to stay unbeaten really for such a long time. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching today's video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Please enjoy my voice. I sound a little bit sick. And yeah, I will see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.